I love being a mom, obviously, but sometimes it's really hard. So today's episode is all about making your life a little bit easier and helping you save money in the process. All right, moms, we know that you are CEO of your household and you make so many decisions. And some of you, I would consider you're the banker of the household, right? Like you do all the money stuff. So in this episode, we're going to talk about creative ways to save money in your everyday life. Paula Ferris is stopping by to talk things all working mom. And for all you women watching, I partnered with Women's Day to talk about some really great beauty products that you can find at drugstores for really inexpensively. It's great. Now, whether you're a stay-at-home or you work outside the home, we are all working moms. Yes. So if you are a stay-at-home mom, this is so interesting to me. If you were put on a salary based on everything you do you know you would make close to $162,000 a year? It's insane, all the work that we do. So there's so much that we have juggling and things going on. And let's just say that mom life can be a little cray-cray. And can we just talk about some of the things they don't tell you before you become a mom? Listen, being a mom is the best job I have. Seriously, I do. I'm so thankful that I get to be one, and I love it. I love the girls. I love having a baby. Like, it's great. I'm happy about it all. But just because I love it doesn't mean that things are not hard sometimes. Yes, and there are just things that people don't talk about. Let's just start out with pregnancy, shall we? We have a lot we could cover here, and we won't get into a lot of it. Except, let's just talk about your hair. I mean, my hair in pregnancy, I love. I do. My hair is amazing. I don't know if it's the prenatals, the hormones, who knows what's happening, but I love my hair. But then after you deliver the baby, it all starts falling out. No one really tells you that. You think something's wrong with you, and you start just like shedding is what it feels like. And then after you shed, a few months later, you start getting all this weird hair growth and places around your hairline that you normally didn't have hair, like all these little wispy hairs start showing up. Like, it's crazy. And then by the time you get those tamed down, your baby starts eating solid foods. And then you start to learn how to cut food, and that you will be cutting food for your children for years and years to come. This is like one of the quirky parts about me being a mom is like I freak out about choking. Like, choking's not my thing. I don't do food and all that. So like I would puree my kids' food till they were 12 if I could. But I'm like always obsessed with cutting their food. And I just remember thinking the other day, I'm gonna be cutting their food for a really, really long time. Yeah, it's true. But listen, it's great work that we get to do as moms, and I love it. But there is one thing that I have learned when it comes to being a mom is to work on yourself. Yes, it's so important to stop and take time for yourself. And I know for me, one place that I've had to work on a lot is contentment. And that's one of the reasons I wrote the Contentment Journal, is to spend time every single day walking towards contentment in my life. And the importance of journaling, you guys, is so huge. Writing things down. So not that you just remember things when you go back and read it, but also it's amazing subconsciously what comes out when you write things down. So if you've not checked out the Contentment Journal, make sure you do that. You can click the link in the show notes to get your copy or to start reading for free. All right, another area that I'm trying to improve is finding new ways to save money. Yes, this is so important. And you guys are so amazing. So I went into my Facebook community and asked you all the ways that you are saving money in your life right now. And we got some really great responses. Emily says, shopping at Aldi saves us a lot of money. We even buy our diapers and wipes there. Allison said, online grocery order for sure. I doubled up on paper coupons and e-coupons, and I downloaded the Ibotta rebate app. I like to see how much my total is before I place the order. It helps me stay within budget. Ellen says, Ebates. I order baby formula, cat food, and a handful of other essentials from Walmart through the Ebates app, which is a 5% cash back on all purchases and free shipping for the bulk orders. I love it. So many fun little ways to save money, you guys. Take advantage of that. Find those ways because, again, it's money back in your pockets. All right, another thing that I need you to think about when it comes to your family is life insurance. That's right, I've said it before, but you are usually the CEO of your household, so getting term life insurance is a priority. You and your spouse need to be covered, even if you're one that stays at home. So, for those of you working, you need to get 10 to 12 times equal your annual income. And for those stay-at-home moms or dads, we recommend getting a $500,000 policy on you. Now, life can be really busy with work, taking kids to school, making dinner, household chores, like all the things. So the last thing you want to do is put something else on your to-do list. But I personally recommend using Zander Insurance. And I can tell you that they help make things super easy. They walk with you through every step of the process, shop all the top carriers to find the best rates, and to make sure you're getting exactly what you need for your family. So go to Zander.com today and make sure to get this taken care of and checked off your list. All right, coming up next is Paula Ferris, and she stopped by and we talked all things working mom. So check it out. Paula, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. We have been talking about this happening for at least the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a super long time.
No, you and I met. You were in New York City. We connected. I feel like we're soul sisters.
It was
in
like
many capacities.
We're sisters from another mister or something. Like, I mean, it just, yeah.
Basically, we're sisters.
It's true. I know. Those people that you just sit down with and you're like, oh yeah, we can start talking everything.
Everything. But I'm the older.
The wiser. We'll say
I don't know about that, but definitely older.
The elder.
Yes, I am your elder.
Okay, so Paula, people that are not familiar with you.
Yep.
You're GMA anchor.
I am. I anchored weekends for 4 years with my co-anchor, Dan Harris. And then I was doing The View for 3 years as well. And now, after last year I stepped away from weekends, and because I just wanted to work Monday through Friday. My schedule was so crazy.
So were you working 7 days a week at that point?
There would be some moments between, anchoring the weekends and doing The View and other projects. I would go stretches of 21 days straight, and it came to a point where I was like, I can't do this anymore. And, I really felt like, okay, God, I feel like you wanted me to do this, but why is everybody getting my leftovers? So it kind of came to a point where, I went to management, and they have been so, they've worked with me beautifully. They said, you can work Monday through Friday. So
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm curious, just as an ABC consumer,
right,
between weekends, The View, and GMA, like what's your like, your sweet spot? Like, which one do you enjoy the most?
I loved GMA weekends because we truly were a family. And it's really hard to replicate that, where you feel like your teammates have your back and they champion you and they advocate for you and that you can trust them. It's very rare. And so that was one of the difficulties walking away from the weekends. I was walking away from a family, my second family. And I knew that I would probably never replicate that sort of work environment again. But my real family is most important to me. So that was the reasoning behind that.
Which is husband and kids. So how long have you been married?
Thank you for clarifying. Yes, my real family.
That's the family she's talking
husband
about.
and 3 kids. Yes, we are college sweethearts, but we've been married almost 19 years.
Yes. And then you guys have...
The rest is history. We have 3 children. We have a daughter and 2 sons. They're 11, 9, and 5. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, now, because your schedule, is it pretty consistent?
No, but it is a little nuts. My kids are super understanding, and I am very present with them.
Yes, so that's what I want to talk about is so how do you do it? Because I hear that.
Yeah.
People think I'm busy, and I travel some, but I'm like, that's nothing compared to your job and having to be there early mornings and all of that. So so if you're talking to a working mom and they ask so how do you do it?
Well, I think first, you have to give yourself a lot of grace. You can't be everywhere, and you can't do it all. I say you can't lean in. You just hang on, okay? You literally hang on, and you enjoy the ride, and you love your kids through it. But I try to be very present with my kids when I'm with them, and I put the phone away, and I try to carve out something special with each individual child. And for me, it's just letting them know that they're always going to be my priority. I'm not always physically there, but they're always in my heart, and they're always my priority.
Yes.
I think so. You just have to pick and choose. You can't be at everything. So just pick and choose and create a conversation with them. Say, okay, if I can only go to a couple of these, where would you like, which ones would you like me to go to? And don't project the guilt. Don't tell them how guilty you feel. Yes. My kids, I've talked to them on many occasions. I'm like, oh, I just wish I could quit and stay home. And they're like, no, we like that you work and you kind of have a cool job and you do, you do fun things. And I think they're proud of me in some respects. But just keep an open conversation, be honest with your kids, and have fun and carve out special time.
That's a good point, though. Don't project your guilt on it, because I feel like sometimes as a working mom, you think like, oh my gosh, they're struggling and all this. And yeah, there might be seasons where it's harder. But I remember specifically, I don't know why, God's like giving me this memory that's just stayed with me. Like I remember before the first book tour my dad went on, I was like in late middle school. And we had like a big family meeting because back then they went like 6 weeks at a time. Like it was just like,
right.
So it was like this huge chunk of time. He was going to be away, and it was like this big reveal. And they're talking about all the logistics and all this. And I love my dad.
Yes.
Like we have a great relationship with my family. I'm so thankful. I love them. But I remember thinking like late middle school, I was like, okay, I'm fine.
Yeah,
You're okay, Dad. You're like, do you know what I mean? Like I could almost see like the guilt on him, And so I always think about that memory where I'm like, hey, they're gonna be okay. It's okay.
I think just in this climate, the messages that we get as working moms is, it's perfection and it's striving, and you feel like you have to do everything and accomplish every little thing. And I'm like, it's just sorry, it's not a really great message. At least for me, it doesn't apply for my life. I just think it's not about leaning. It's about just hanging on and enjoying the ride and giving yourself the same amount of grace that you give other people. You have to give yourself plenty of grace for the mistakes that you're going to make. I tell them one of the greatest gifts that I have given my children, someone encouraged me to do this, is the gift of admitting when you're wrong and saying, I'm sorry. My kids know I'm not perfect. And so when something like, I'm sorry, I'm not perfect. And just creating that conversation that
so good.
We're human, we're flawed, and it's okay to make mistakes. Mommy's going to make mistakes, and you're going to make mistakes, and guess what? We're going to love each other despite those mistakes. We'll love each other more, and you learn from the mistakes.
Yeah, I think that's so good and
we
so
do
true.
Ourselves.
Just gives you permission just to take a deep breath, moms. You're good. Even if you're a stay-at-home mom, you're working just as much, if not more. I sometimes think with those stay-at-home moms, so like Okay, so you launched a new podcast. Which is so great, Paula.
I'm excited. I have to have you on the podcast.
Good. I will. I'll come on.
Please do.
Yes, because it really is. It's fascinating. So talk about that. I want to hear.
We just launched it. We're on season 2, and it just came out of my own personal faith. And I'm a believer, but I know that we don't give people, at least from a mainstream platform, mainstream media, we don't give them an opportunity to talk about faith in the capacity of what they believe and why they believe it. We'll cut that soundbite out because it's too spiritual, it's too religious, and so but faith is so important. Whatever faith you may be, it's so important. It's the bedrock and foundation of so many of our lives. So I wanted to give people an opportunity to talk about what they believe and why, and how it gets them through the bumpy times and the highs and the lows. I just want to have a really respectful, engaging conversations with people.
I think it's so good. Well, it's powerful, and when it changes your life completely in the way you view, that's the lens you see everything through. So I think that's awesome that you're digging into people's lives in that way and having that conversation. It's so good.
Thank you, my sister from another mister or another mother.
It's so true. Oh my gosh. Paula, thanks for coming on. Guys, check out her podcast. Make sure to go and subscribe to it. And thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Wasn't Paula fun? I mean, seriously, one of my favorite things in life is connecting with other moms because we can learn so much from each other. So this week, I want you to reach out to another mom in your life and give her some encouragement. All right, it's time to share some beauty products that will save you money on your morning routine. So check out this fun segment I did with Women's Day. Hey guys, I'm here in New York at Women's Day's headquarters with the beautiful Pia Valesco, and she is going to walk us through some great beauty finds because she is actually the associate beauty editor here at Women's Day. So thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's so great. So Great Value Awards, you can find all these beauty products at a drugstore, which I love, which means they're super inexpensive, you guys. And actually each product is under...
It's $17 or less.
Yes, which is so fantastic. Okay, so walk us through some of these because this is so fun.
Well, what's amazing about all these products is that they either have multiple benefits or you can use them in different ways.
Okay.
So you're really getting a bang for your buck whenever you purchase one of these products.
All right, first one, I'm spotting the foundation.
Right.
I love foundation.
So this is great. So this is the Neutrogena Hydrating Foundation. And what's wonderful about it is that since it is in a stick, you can take it anywhere you want to. It's no fuss, no mess. It glides on perfectly for seamless application.
I love it because it's on the go.
It's on the go.
Right? Like the one I use, it's like liquid and I have stuff like all over my hands and it's like all the mess. But this is so portable and it's great.
It's portable, it's great. And what you can also do, it's a little trick, that if you want to go a shade a little bit darker, you can actually use it to slightly contour.
Oh,
and then just blend
nice.
it in very seamlessly.
Yes, so beautiful. Okay, so Neutrogena Hydrating Foundation Stick, you guys. Great value. I love it. All right, I'm spotting, what is this, a lotion?
So that is a moisturizer.
Moisturizer.
And what's really wonderful about this is that it's also an SPF, which is wonderful.
Great.
And it's also moisturizing your skin. But what I really love the most about this is that it also has a treatment serum inside its formula.
Okay.
So what that means is that it's formulated with vitamin B3, which is basically a powerhouse ingredient for brightening dark spots.
Okay, beautiful.
A wonderful anti-ager.
I love it, so nice. All right, Dove shower foam.
So what I love about this and what everybody really, really goes to this one for is that it's a 3-in-1. It's your go-to product.
Okay.
So it's your body wash.
Yes.
But it comes out as a foam, so it's really fun.
And I'm assuming it's probably lotion too, considering it's Dove.
Yes,
moisturizer.
It is. So it has an ingredient called glycerin, which is extremely moisturizing.
Okay.
So you can just wash your body. You don't have to put body lotion on when you're done, and you can just walk out. And you can use it as a shaving cream as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it really is your 3-in-1, everything you need in one bottle.
All right there. All right, mascara. We love our eyelashes, ladies.
Who doesn't?
Yes. So CoverGirl.
CoverGirl.
Yes.
So what's great about this product is that it's lengthening, it's defining, and it's volumizing, which is wonderful. But apart from all of that, it also doesn't flake and it doesn't smudge.
So good.
So you really get these beautiful lashes all day long. And
The fact that it doesn't flake is the best of the best.
You will love this one.
Okay, I can't wait. I can't
and
wait
a fun
to use it.
trick too, that is a little expert tip, is that you can use the wand and you can kind of wiggle it under your eyelashes to create a very subtle eyeliner look.
Oh, very nice.
So that's a fun trick.
That's why you're the beauty editor. Okay, Vaseline Lip Therapy.
So what's great about this Vaseline product is that it's obviously very hydrating, so it's good at like as a lip balm. It has a little bit of a rosy tint, so you get a little bit more like of an oomph. It gives a little bit more of a natural rosiness.
Totally,
to your lips.
yeah.
And then you can dab that on your cheeks too. And because it is a little bit of a balm, it does reflect light a little bit. And so it gives you this really beautiful radiance that just makes you look younger, more awake, healthier.
Yes.
And it's just a really, really nice look for your day-to-day.
So I've learned that the dewy look is what's in, right? So it's like a little bit of that. And so that's probably what that does, is it just kind of gives that look above the cheekbones and it's in. So ladies, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right, lipsticks.
And then the lipstick. So this is the other product. This is a line by Maybelline, made to flatter every skin tone.
Okay.
So you know how sometimes you'll buy a red and it'll suit you, but it won't suit your best friend?
Totally, yes.
This one will fit every single shade.
So nice.
Which is wonderful.
And it's just so smooth. Like I just tested it on my hand even.
Yeah, they're smooth, they're moisturizing, and they really just wear so beautifully on the skin.
So good.
And so what we like to do is that we'll grab this color and we can put it on your lips, but we can also put it on our cheeks.
Okay.
Kind of match and give this really beautiful look. And these shades that are a little bit more nude, you can even use on your eyelids.
Okay, so great.
That's a fun little trick for whenever you don't have space in your makeup bag or you're kind of on the go and you need a makeup look all over.
Yes.
All you really need is a lipstick.
Is there. And it's amazing. Lipstick is one of those things, especially if you get inexpensive ones. It can change up your look so fast. So you can buy like a bunch and have different options and it's there and doesn't break the bank. And yet it's still great quality, which is awesome. Okay, I'm seeing this back here. I'm fascinated.
Okay.
Talk to me all about this.
Yes, micellar waters are amazing.
Okay.
So what a lot of people don't know is that you have to use a makeup remover and a cleanser. Micellar waters are fantastic because they do it 2-in-1.
Okay.
You just get a little bit of a cotton pad, put it on over your face, and you're done. That's it. That's all you have to do.
All the products in one. Oh, I love it. See, this is so great. And we said it earlier, you guys, but it's true. I'm like, you get one of the products, but you get so many different uses out of it. And each one is under $17. So it's fantastic. Pia changed our lives. Changing lives, making us beautiful. So thanks so much. Thanks for coming on and sharing all this great stuff.
No, thanks so much for visiting us.
Thanks. All right, this was such a fun episode. Thanks so much to Paula for coming on and for Women's Day with all their great money-saving tips. And thank you guys for watching. All right, make sure to check out my podcast for an extended conversation with Paula. It's a great one. Now, if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel or my podcast, make sure you do that for some other great money-saving tips. And as always, make sure you take control of your money and create a life you love.